I'd like you to imagine for a moment that you are standing right where I am at the edge of this stage, facing the back of the room. And in between you and the wall, there's a giant flat surface that's got black and white squares on it. On the other side of the surface stands these giant figures in front of you, some of them with faces, but some of them without. Some of them have this menacing stare gazing towards you, but others don't. They're just kind of pointless obstacles in the way. But through a gap, you can see that there is a door, and you know you're supposed to get there, but you've got no idea how. So as you try to inch yourself towards that first black square in front of you, you begin to panic when you realise that you yourself are nothing more than a stoic piece in this chess game called life, with every single move and every path strategically manipulated and arranged. Now, when I was 12 years old, I gave a speech called Life is What You Make It. And in the introduction of that speech, I used this analogy to explain to my friends and peers that sometimes life isn't always black and white and things don't go to plan, but that no matter what obstacles we may come up against, we can choose to make decisions and overcome them to create futures of success and happiness. I can still picture this young, wide-eyed girl wearing an oversized blazer with her curly hair bundled up in ribbons on top of her head, and a naive optimism about the world in which she lived. But that's okay, because one so young in the world should really only have to look at the future with hope. But what I didn't know at 12 years old, and what we only learn throughout our lives, is that actually, sometimes, life is what makes us. Things happen which we can't control, and we just have to try and put the pieces together and create something wonderful. Now, the Japanese have been doing something similar with broken pottery and ceramics for hundreds of years through the art of Kintsukuroi, which is the reparation of broken things with gold or silver lacquer to enhance the beauty of this broken piece. Kintsukuroi. Now, to us, this may be a foreign practice, but when you think about it, it's a universal concept. Because we, you and I, are Kintsukuroi art forms. Our very existence in this broken world promises us that we are going to be battered and damaged and scarred by life's hard knocks. Perhaps we might fall ill or experience the death of a loved one, lose our job, lose our home, be abused. It doesn't matter what it is, but for a time we become spectators on our own lives, watching in slow motion as we fumble and stumble, trying to catch our dreams and hopes as they fall from our hands and shatter to a million pieces at the earth beneath our feet. And when this happens, it might be very difficult for us to come to terms with the fact that things aren't black and white. That instead we are walking through a valley of grey, of grief and despair. And what it can be hard for us to understand is that all along we walk through this place upon a golden path, a path which traces our pain and our sorrow, sealing the cracks in the pavement and allowing us to walk into the light. Through this process of allowing our pain to strengthen us, we can become human Kintsukurois.